What's going on? What's going on, y'all? We here. We here to present these quarterbacks for the 2025 NFL draft. There's a whole lot of talk going on, I guess you could say, amongst the the former scout community, in regards to that. A lot of analysts, right? Quarterback is the topic. So I wanted to go ahead because I did my research and present these quarterbacks and let you know because I already know that my findings is a whole lot different from what these so-called scouts analysts have to say. Uh, I know everybody has their own thought process, how they see things. Sometimes you might have to think outside the box. Sometimes you got to think about the situation, the quarterback capabilities, how it translates, yada yada yada. But we here, man. So I like to get straight to it. So straight to it is what I shall do. And our first quarterback that is on your menu today is none other than Jackson Dart, the first one that I watched. Ole Miss 6'2", 225. All right. So versus Bama 2023, right? I put that he was solid. He was pretty accurate in the game, except a few throws. One was an INT, one was a throw in the end zone. He had to make, but missed. Jackson Dart is a mobile quarterback. He can create and extend plays with his legs. Shown the ability to have good ball placement on the back foot. I would like to see him have the ball a little higher in the pocket at times. I've seen him throw accurately with both hands. That's talent. I seen it because at first I'm like, hold up, am I tripping? I'm like, was he a left-hand quarterback? I'm like, nah, you right. But he was just throwing that ball with both hands. That's talent right there. And who knows, that could come in handy. Dallas fan, what's going on? If Dart was drafted by us, do you think he could beat out Dak? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. And we're gonna talk about that too. Uh he had a good game versus Georgia on a bad ankle, I heard. So I was hearing that he had so I was hearing that he had an ankle situation going on. I'm like, oh, he got a bad ankle, and he had a good game versus Georgia. He plays SEC competition. I don't know how much that's going to mean in the coming future, but it still meant something in regards to the evaluation of these quarterbacks that played SEC competition. He does make sure he carries out fakes. I would like him to be more consistent accurately in semi-tight windows in the third level. He got to make them throws. He got to make them throws to be elite, right? He is accurate on routine throws. And when I say that, some people will be like, what you mean accurate on route? Do you know how many quarterbacks that he had watched in the past couple years that when it come down to routine throws are not accurate? There's quarterbacks in the NFL that people call elite right now that is not accurate on routine throws that a quarterback should make just getting out of the bed. And one of the quarterbacks I'm going to put on blast is Lamar Jackson. Of course, there's more because even with Josh Allen, right? Because when we talk about some of the so-called better quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks, there's there's mechanical issues, there's accuracy issues, there's a whole lot of issues, man, and their legs, their legs keeps them employed. Let's just say that. But so yeah, I said he was accurate on routine throws. Most, like I said, and I even put this in my notes. Most QB in the NFL coming out are not these days. He's a quarterback that can run the zone read. I've seen him trucking cats on the air, so I'm pretty sure he'll probably try that a couple times in the NFL, and somebody will tell him stop doing that. But he can run the option. He brings that element, the RPO element. Uh, he had a fast play against Kentucky where he went through 3 reads quick. He went through his progressions quick. I like that. He went through it quick and then checked it down. That was beautiful to me. For him to go through his reads, boom, 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 or like when I see them check down was accurate. Loved it. Loved it. Kept his eyes downfield for a chunk play to Trey Harris in the same drive. Solid arm strength. Sloppy footwork at times in the pocket, but that's fixable. Beautiful deep touch pass in the fourth in a pressure situation versus Kentucky. That's key to put too. I like my quarterbacks performing in pressure situation, and in that pressure situation versus Kentucky, I probably should have wrote the time down so you guys could look. But he made a beautiful deep touch pass. I want to see him step in a little bit more in the pocket versus contact at times. He ain't scary. I just would like to. He's not scary. I don't get him being scary, but I just would like to see him step in the in the pocket a little bit more on some of them throws because you about to get popped sometime. So I still need you to be able to make that throw as part of the game. Not saying that he didn't make the throw, but I'm saying I need you to step in. I need you to, hey, look, you gonna get popped regardless. So go ahead and take this for the team. Let's go ahead and keep this drive going. His ball security can get a little sloppy, right? I've seen 2 fumbles and interception in all the games that I watched in my film. So he definitely will have to clean that up. He took a bad sack at the end of the Kentucky game. He got good size for a quarterback. If he stands tall at 6'2", I'm not too sure what he measured at the combo. But if he measures 6'2" or even a middle 6'1", that's all right. He cool. He does a solid job through his progressions. He has solid anticipation, especially in the first 2 levels. Jackson Dart, if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I definitely would have interest in, and I would like for him to. I would accept him being on my squad if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. Carlito, Dak equals Ramos Jr. The one weakness of most of these QBs in the draft includes they do not play baseball. Most of your top QBs in the class play baseball too. Interesting. So they ain't play no baseball, huh? Okay. Ooh. Cam Ward. Oh, wait. Oh, we gonna talk about that. Oh, okay, wait. All right, Cam Ward, man. I got a lot of notes. Cam. All right, Cam Ward, Miami, 6'2", 223. He don't look 6'2" to me, but maybe. I mean, who knows, right? He just don't look 6'2", 223 to me. But so Cam Ward, Miami quarterback. Because I got some things in regards to Cam Ward that because I get why Cam Ward is number 1 in regards to on people's draft boards because of the way the quarterback position is played in today's time. And he does have talent. But where Cam Ward falls below a few of these quarterbacks to me, a couple of these quarterbacks to me, is his ability in the mental side of the game. Because you can have all the talent in the world, as we see with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, but if you lack in the mental side of the game, you will never get over that hump. And that's what was in my notes. Let's talk about it, man. So he can throw the rock sidearm. A mobile quarterback can hit the home run with his legs. He does throw a good ball. I would like to see more velocity, though, on his throws at time. Or is that arm strength I put for a question mark? He does extend plays. I put he is a creator. He is sloppy with the turnovers. He can throw off the back foot. He can improve his scanning and decision making. He needs to improve that. He's a playmaker though. He can't handle his own. He can handle his own in a shootout, but make sure he doesn't make that fatal mistake, right? If I can give you an example, right? So y'all remember, man, back in the day, Romo versus Peyton Manning, Cowboys versus the Denver Broncos, and Romo was going with him blow for blow. But at the end of the game, what did he do? Throw that interception, right? So basically, I would put Cam Ward where happen. Cam Ward can in a shootout. I believe Cam Ward can do his thing, but if it's time at the end of the shootout to, maybe go ahead and use your brain, maybe not make that fatal mistake, maybe having to use your brain as far as we might have to make a 3-4, we might have to kill a little clock. Can you do it? And I have doubts about that. But he needs to be more consistent with the routine plays. Now, we just talked about a quarterback that makes the routine plays. I'm saying that you're probably as far as talent wise, right, from arm to legs, probably one of your most talented player, probably the most talented quarterback in the draft. He needs to be better on routine plays. Interesting, ain't it? He needs to be more decisive. I see he attempts to look the safety off. He can make throws without the feet being set. Could, what I mean? Probably, especially early on, for probably throughout his career, probably an RPO quarterback. Uh, he can make you miss in the pocket, and he does keep eyes down the field for a completion. I've seen him make some good touch passes. He can get sloppy with the feet in the pocket. He loses sight of the defender at times. That's important. That's a habit that I don't think he'll be able to break full time. There might be games where he might be focused, but I think there's going to be a lot of times where him losing sight of that defender can come back and haunt him in his career. Has playmaker ability, which is why I said he is a top 3 QB talent, but he has his work to do in regards to his eyes. But he will get coached if it's not going to hurt his ability when it matters. Can make tight window throws, make some poor decision at times, like a cross the body throw for an interception when I was watching the play. Didn't like that. He can make the difficult throws, though, which I see in regards to his talent, all in all, which I do understand why he's number one on certain people's boards. But if I'm looking for a quarterback, trust and believe, right? I'm gonna take the quarterback that's better mentally over uh the most talented quarterback, as you can say, from top to bottom. Because at the end of the day, right, who's the quarterbacks that you would say that's elite in regards to throwing the rock? Stafford, Burrow, right? I'm not going to say it's not Lamar, it's not Dak, it's not Hurts, right? It's not any of these quarterbacks. It ain't Golf, right? It's, there's a certain thing that you got to have. There's a certain thing that you got to have, and a lot of quarterbacks, they're not having it coming out in this draft, man. But I'm not well, let me fix what I just said. Not in this draft, but I'm talking about this is what our third year doing this. A lot of quarterbacks was missing that. Hey man, I'm gonna come in the game, I'm gonna make the good decisions, I'm gonna be accurate, I'm gonna have good ball placement anticipation, I'm gonna be good with my eyes, I'm gonna go through my progressions, because one thing we have seen in regards to these last few years of quarterbacks coming in is that the habits that they bring in from college, a lot of them don't fix it to the pros. There's not a lot of coaching going on these days. So you got to damn near look at these quarterbacks, right? Unless they get into a good situation, right? That who they are is what they're going to bring to the table in the big leagues, right? They may improve in certain things, right? Along the way, whatever that things may be, but a lot of what they bring and a lot of who they are which has been true even for quarterbacks beyond this in the past. Who they are is who they are. There's things that you can fix, footwork, right? You can even fix your throwing mechanics, man, making them tighter, right? You can fix that. But hey, that confidence, I don't think a lot of these people can really fix that. You know, what you see mentally, you being a big gamer, either you got it or you don't, right? Look at the gamer, right? Let's look at Washington quarterback. We understood that there was holes in his game, right? As a quarterback. But one thing you can say is that he a gamer. Now they talk about Dak Prescott as so-called arm talent and whatever that he got, but he not no gamer. Who has went farther in their career, even in his short career? The gamer, the one that went to the NFC Championship. Or you want to talk about the one who was supposed to be better talent-wise, whatever you want to say, but ain't never even sniffed the NFC Championship in damn near 10 years of him being in the league. But you got this rookie, and you got and you even got Jalen Hurts, who has improved as a quarterback since he's been in the league. Right, y'all? I remember when people thought I was tripping. It was not this year, but the last year when we was doing film and I was looking at the Philadelphia Eagles film, I was like, man, Jalen Hurts got better. I'm on record saying like Jalen Hurts got better. He got better. And what do you know? 2 Super Bowls, 1 Super Bowl one. You know why? You know why? Because Jalen Hurts is a gamer. No matter what we say about him, and no matter what his deficiency is as a quarterback, he's a gamer. And so that gamer, go ahead and impact wins. See, Josh Allen, oh yeah, he may compete, right? He may want to run the ball, but Josh Allen's make dumbass decisions in big time moments. Josh Allen may got talent, but to me, Josh Allen ain't no gamer. Gamer when it matters the most. Josh Allen ain't did it. I wasn't high on Josh Allen when I watched him. He may got talent and he may because let's look at it. Josh Allen back in the day when quarterback play was a must, and how you were mentally was a must. You think where would Josh Allen be? He'd be out the league right now. But because the league is so watered down and mediocre, Josh Allen is considered one of the elite quarterbacks. Funny how that go, right? Funny how the standards go. Lamar Jackson, shit, he would, he may do some things mobility wise like Vic, right? But when it come down to it the most, Lamar Jackson wouldn't even be considered for no MVP. Not with how he throw the rock. Shit, I think Vic a better passer than Lamar Jackson. But that's another thing. We ain't here to talk about Lamar now. I'm just giving you examples, man. I'm just giving you examples. Facts. 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 Beautiful throw to Devontae Smith in the Super Bowl. On point. And that's a throw that number 4 struggles with throwing the cooks. But but yeah, like I said, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. I told you we was gonna talk a little bit, man. I already talked about 2 quarterbacks, man. And this thing already got me lightweight fired up, man. Thing already got me lightweight fired up. Yeah, man. All right, Shedeur, he up. Colorado, 6'2", 215. Right? A lot of these quarterbacks so-called 6'2", 215. All right, because I want to talk about this Shedeur situation too, because I don't see it the way everybody else see it, and we're gonna talk about it. Shedeur, I put 1 scouts and analysts. Do you not know what you are looking at? That's one thing that I said. Let's begin. Shedeur Sanders. He ain't the most athletic person in the world, but he will run for the first down. I said for not being a burner or the most mobile, he does extend plays often. He makes some bad decisions in regards to taking sacks. He did show he can climb in the pocket. He had a poor offensive line. He made some bad decisions with throws outside the numbers, which resulted in picks. He had no trust in an offensive line and had mediocre wide receivers around him. He throws a beautiful football when he has time. A team will need to make sure that the middle of the pocket is clear for him. Shador be running a 4.8 and think he Mike Vick. He be running a 4.8 thinking he Mike Vick. I did say that though. That's hella funny, man. Because I ain't looked at these notes in like a week, man. I read that down, I'm dying. But he has prime times confidence, which is huge. He throws a good deep ball and can put some heat on that ball. He a better pure thrower than Cam Ward to me. Give him a line, I think he can shred people up. He needs to throw it away a lot more. He does take unnecessary sacks. He needs to speed up his interior clock more. He a better thrower of the football than Cam. Solid accuracy. He handles adversity and competes throughout the game. Even in the L's, because we're gonna talk about that too. He takes some hits and delivers the football. He hits wide receivers on the money in stride in that first and second level, which is important. He throws on the run. He can make all the throws. For someone who is not fast, there were QB spies on him at times, which was interesting. His deficiencies can be fixed. Everything he took was out of shotgun, but this is the new reality of the NFL. He played and competed in the bowl game, unlike Cam Ward, which means something to somebody like me. I put he damn near got like Joe Burrow mentality, mobility. I mean, which is good enough. He can make throws setting his feet. Without setting his feet. I mean, all right. So let's talk about it real quick. Look, what's up with that Cam? What's up with that Cam Ward? He was there, but he did not show up. Well, what do you mean by that? He cannot make quick decisions. Well, I can tell you. I'm glad you said that because I believe that's what's being on him. So look, his offensive line was trash. Every time he took a snap, there was bodies in his face. His wide receivers wasn't that good, average at best. A lot of what Travis Hunter got, which we talked about in the wide receivers, was a lot of run after the catch. But Travis Hunter did him no favors by creating anything. He was harassed. So here's my thing. They say he don't make quick decisions. Well, what wide receiver on film was getting open quick? You know? What wide receiver? When I seen in the game, when he had time, he threw it on the money. When wide receivers got open, he had good ball placement. A lot of people are judging his circumstances off of what he can and can't do. See, what I want to look at, right? See, okay, I get what you guys saying. In his clock, right? Because I've said that. He needs to speed up his interior clock. I get that. So when I look at certain things, right, I'm looking at, okay, so I see your circumstances in regards to what you got to play with. And so I see what happens when you sped up, you got pressure in your face, right? I see all that. Okay, so let me see how you look when you don't have all that coming at you. Let me see how you look then. I seen two different quarterbacks. Seen two different quarterbacks. Now he is gonna have times where he got to face the blitz. There's times where he gonna get smacked at the middle, right? He in a good situation. Some of his deficiencies can be fixed, but that ball placement, his touch on them throws, either you got it or you don't at this point in time in your career. Are you a sissy mentally? We done seen plenty of quarterbacks with all the talent in the world, but when it came down to their mentality, they were sissies. Is you a sissy? I don't like no punk for no quarterback. He would have to show me something different in the field because of what I seen. I think that I took all his circumstances, I took him down, I noted him, I seen what he could do and what he can't do. And I'm gonna tell you like this: without him, Colorado wouldn't even been in that position in the first place. You put a lot of them other quarterbacks in that position. If you put Cam Ward in that position, you'll probably be talking about him the same way. What made Cam Ward so different? He played a half of a game and didn't come back in talking about what? Because you're a future? You were scared about injury? Then why the hell you playing the first half to begin with? That don't make sense. You should have set out the whole bowl game. So what does that tell me about a quarterback like that? We could say what we want, but he competed the whole game against BYU. I ain't see that dog in Cam. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't see it. I ain't see that dog, family. I ain't see it. 4-6 fan. Hey, we gonna see it. Hey, if that DN make him a hey, that's another thing. But he didn't have DNs and linebackers and D tackles smacking him, and he still kept coming back. So that tells me something against Cal. Talking about Cam Ward against Cal. Who you talking about against Cal? I believe more. Look, I'm going against the grain on this one because I've seen enough to be able to believe, and I've seen enough about his circumstances to understand that, hey, man, in a better situation in the NFL with better wide receivers, a better offensive line, even if you had a bottom tier of the offensive line, I think he can get a lot more done. California game, Cam. I'm not too sure if I watched that game. But with Cam, I seen late decisions. I seen bad decisions. I seen throws that he shouldn't be making. I seen inaccuracy against routine throws. I don't like that. Yeah, I seen Cam. I seen the legs that Cam got. Understand? Yeah, Cam can sit over there and run and score for 50 yards. I get it. Yeah, Cam has made some beautiful throws. Okay, cool. But there's quarterbacks that have arm talent that can make beautiful throws and that got mobility, right? That you watch every Sunday. Would you agree? Right? Josh Allen can throw that rock, can't he? Josh Allen can sit over there and make plays with his legs too. But when it matters the most, what does Josh Allen do? And that's my thing with Cam. He has a lot of work to do in regards to what he sees on that football field. He has a lot of work to do. Has a lot of work to do. Not saying that he can't get it done, but he got a lot of work to do. Have we seen these quarterbacks get it done for the most part in these past few years? No. No. Not whatsoever. And y'all, hey, and y'all really gonna be surprised when I give y'all my top 5 at the end. But I believe in Shedeur more than everybody else because I've seen the quarterbacks that they have, and include this next one that we get ready to talk about, which I don't understand. So let's talk about it. Quinn Ewers, Texas, 6'2", 210. People say that this man is a first round pick as a quarterback. Let's talk about it. Throws behind the wide receivers a lot. His ball placement, trash. Backup QB to me, but potential starter for the mediocre NFL. Funny how that go, right? He got fooled a lot versus Georgia. He is not an accurate quarterback. It's inconsistent. His Georgia game was poor. He was a little better Sam Ellinger. He can scramble for a first down. He stares down the wide receiver at times. He's not a smart quarterback. In games, I watched too many batted balls. Part of that with the low trajectory. He does throw a nice ball to Worthy in 2023 versus Bama for a tug. When he is pressured, I see he gets rattled. He had NFL talent on that offense 2 years ago, and he hold on, give me a second. And he was more comfortable when everybody hold on, give me a second. Hold on, because I'm talking some right now, man. Let me get some water real quick. Hold on, give me a second. So pretty much with Quinn Ewers, man, he needed to get carried. He had NFL talent a couple years ago. Sanders, uh, Mitchell, Worthy, right? And even with them weapons, right? He got to have that type around him for the even try to look decent. When it was time for him to carry a team to show me that you are a first round quarterback, he couldn't do it this year. I didn't see it. But that Bama game, right? Since we're talking about it, that 2023 Bama game, he did make some solid throws, right? He had a solid game, but it's not consistent. I didn't see that solid game versus he had Bama a couple years ago with this team here, with this team this year, and he was supposed to take another lead. Remember, I'm pretty sure I heard Texas fans talk about they wanted Archie Manning in the game. He'll get drafted off of that Bama game alone, but I'm not convinced. I've seen too much on tape to let one game override it. Somebody will draft him and give him a Dak Prescott shot. Wide receivers not hitting stride, gotta come back or stop just to catch the ball, right? So look, this is what I mean, right? Okay, you completed the ball, but I gotta come back. I gotta stop to catch the ball. You're not hitting me in stride. They gotta come back when they shouldn't have to come back to the football. That's not good quarterback play. And we see that a lot. And I've seen that a lot with him. Far as the other quarterbacks, a couple of the quarterbacks we was talking about how they were hitting their man in stride. But I'm supposed to believe that he's a first round quarterback. Houseway. I didn't watch Howard, but I didn't really like what I seen when I was watching Howard. He will hit the check down though. I'm talking about Owers. He will hit the check down. I'm not convinced about this boy. I ain't feeling him. I'm Quinn Ewers. I ain't feeling him. Cal McCord, Syracuse / Ohio State, 6'3", 220. I put there's he had an arm strength. Ball play. There was some ball placement issues at times. He struggled versus that Penn State 2023, right? And this is a different. So I watched the Ohio State Kyle McCord and I watched the Syracuse Kyle McCord. Damn near totally different players, which is a good thing. But he did throw behind the wide receivers a lot. He didn't hit them in stride in that pinch. And I'm talking about Ohio State, Kyle McCord. He did take some snaps under center. He does keep the ball in striking position in the pocket. So let's talk about Syracuse. At Syracuse, his ball placement got much better. Night and day change from Ohio State to Syracuse. His anticipation got much better, was throwing money balls down the seam versus Georgia Tech. He's a pocket QB, but he has the ability to run for the first. He does throw accurately off his back foot. Can throw accurate on boots. He did. So I was able to see more. And that's what I would tell you. I was able to see some solid arm strength. I put Jared Goff comparison. He got fooled a couple times versus Pitt, but he did have some solid awareness to get out of trouble and avoid some negative plays in the pocket, which is cool, keeping everything on the money when it comes down to down and distance. I put he is a potential starter, but he is a game manager, but that's okay because a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL are game managers, so that's okay, right? I believe he's somebody that you can win some football games with. I've seen him go through progressions consistently, getting off the first read. That has been moving the pocket to me is stupid. He never got under trouble when he hit that when he hit that specific move. I seen I seen him look off that safety a few times. He had a terrible game versus Pitt though at Syracuse. I think you can get Jared Goff type production from Kyle McCord. He does find the holes in that zone. He does throw some dimes. Seen him under center. He got rattled against Pitt. Bad turnover game. He got fooled a lot versus Pitt. But that sounds to me a lot like Jared Goff. Beautiful back, shoulder, ball. Kyle McCord, like I said, to give you a good example of Kyle McCord, Jared Goff. You can win games with Jared Goff. You can get to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. Dylan Gabriel, Oregon, 6'2", 200. A little small, experienced though. Solid mobility. Solid game versus Penn State. Lefty, arm strength, question mark. Throws accurate on the run. A lot of short passes. Went to UCF, OU in Oregon. I put he's a gimmicky quarterback. QB runs. Watch OU versus Texas. Hurt Texas a lot with his legs. Seems more of a backup than a quarterback that I would have starting. Somebody might try to make him their Bo Nix. I mean, he does have some solid accuracy, but I just think he's a backup quarterback. He's not a pocket quarterback. He is what he is at this point in time. Shit, he'd have been in college for 15 years. But he is what he is, just like Bo Nix was what he was. He's a two-level thrower. He doesn't drive the football. But I did see him toss the ball about 45 yards, and that was good enough. That's a backup quarterback to me, y'all. There ain't too much to say about him. Riley Leonard, 6'4", 216, I think I had. Notre Dame. His release, a little slow, needs to tighten it up. It affects his timing. Can do some QB power, can scramble for the first. Red zone threat with his legs, needs to develop as a passer. Shaky accuracy, alligator arms, some wide open throws, a two-level thrower. Needs to work on the deep ball. Watch 2 games at Notre Dame and 1 with him at Duke. Stays on his first read a little bit too long. He does speed up the process. He's a backup quarterback to me. I'll pass on him. Cam Rising, 6'2", 220, Utah. Injury history. Only 1 game watch, so not really too much that I could say about him. But when I did watch from Cam Rising was he was mobile. He plays with energy. He missed a couple throws in zone that he needed to make. The The game that I watched was a USC, the 2022 tape. So I guess he has some injury concerns, but he got some zip on his throw. Beautiful deep ball in the USC game for a tug. Sometimes he doesn't steps into his throws. His back foot throwing ability doesn't have steam on it. Who the hell is this? Oh, okay. How big of an arm does he have? Is my question mark. Missed some throws, made some dimes. I would need to see more, but from what I did see, I would say that he potentially is a solid backup. But I would need to see more to give you an accurate assessment. Jalen Milroe, Alabama, 6'2", 225. Mobile, needs to tighten up that throwing motion. He is a home run threat with his legs. I didn't see zip outside the numbers. Arm strength, question. Accuracy, very inconsistent. It's a problem. Ball placement, trash. Watched him with Saban and the new coach. He needs to work on them feet in the pocket. Backup quarterback to me at best. Needs to work on climbing the pocket instead of always exiting from the alley, from the outside. He needs to work on climbing the pocket. He has no touch. Trash QB. He'll make occasional good throws, but it's inconsistent, especially with routine throws. I think Jalen Monroe is trash. I think he trash. Okay. Curtis, I believe I'm saying his name right. Curtis Roke. I think I'm saying his name right. 6'5", 223, Indiana. Sit duck in the pocket. Team was overmatched versus Ohio State. They just couldn't protect him. Pocket QB. He's efficient. He was very efficient versus UCLA. Seen examples of him holding safety with his eyes, able to change the trajectory to fit the ball end zone. Love that. Steady QB, game manager, solid ball placement and arm strength, hits wide receivers in stride, good anticipation, gives his wide receivers a chance. He gives his wide receivers a chance. Could potentially be a starter. I would say, I would say that he, could potentially be a starter with a good situation. He does make the routine throws. He is a 3-level thrower. He played with an ACL. He carries out fakes good. A steady QB, beautiful back shoulder fade. NFL pedigree. Because I believe he had a brother or something in the NFL. He can get that ball out quick. Some said it was like Phillip Rivers like. I can agree with that. I'm rocking with Curtis Roke. I like him. So here's my top 5. Shedeur, Jackson Dart, Cam Ward, Curtis Roke, Kyle McCord. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys now, I'm taking one of these white boy quarterbacks. I'm just being real with you. I'm taking one of these white boy quarterbacks. If they don't, I'm looking at so who knows how this is gonna go with Jackson Dart. So say for instance Jackson Dart off the board, because I would assume that even if he doesn't go in the top 15, somebody will probably take a risk on him at the end of the first round. I'm looking at Curtis Rourke. I believe I'm probably butchering this boy name. I would draft him. Second day, if he a good quarterback to me. I will rock with him. I'm looking for a quarterback, man. I'm looking for a good quarterback, man. I can win if Phillip Rivers was playing in today's time. Phillip Rivers would be a top 3 quarterback, top 5 quarterback for sure. So that goes to show you about the quarterback play back in the day, man. I will rock with Curtis. Curtis, Kyle McCord, Jackson Dart. Because I believe Shador and I believe Shador and Cam Ward was probably going to go top 10 somewhere in that. Well, of course, Cam Ward is, but Shador too. And I think a lot of that smokes her. I think he get a lot of flack because of the team he played on, the circumstances in Dion. Shador, he not bad. What everybody crack him up to be, he's not to me. I just seen it in a different lens. And normally, and you know me, because I didn't think I was going to like Shador. I'll be honest with you. I came in there, I didn't think I was going to like him. I didn't. So that goes to show you where my mind was at when I watched him. I'm like, well, when I seen, I ain't like, but we're gonna give it a chance. I did not think I was gonna like him, and I ended up liking him. So that goes to show you that I came in there with an open mind. I know what I'm looking at with these quarterbacks. For sure. I'm telling you, I'm taking one of the white boy quarterbacks. Preferably Dart or Curtis Rourke. One of them. If at the bottom, Kyle McCord on the third day, all right, cool. But I think I think them three in regards to what they see, their processing. I think they're ahead of a lot of these other quarterbacks. I think they're ahead of some of these. This is a better quarterback class than last year for sure. Off the rip, yeah, they got Jaden Daniels that came out of there, Penix, right? But when we get down to like the, throughout from top to bottom, I think this is a better quarterback class than last year. Penix was my number one last year. I had Jaden Daniels top 3, but I think Penix as a passer was better than all of them. Penix as a passer was better than all of them. You drafted Penix in the first round and shit him. That was a good decision. Jaden Daniels, he a gamer, but his struggles is going to come and come bite him pretty soon. But he's a gamer though. I don't believe like I said, I don't believe that'll be his last NFC championship. That's for damn sure. And he's staying under the same offensive coordinator, which is good. I think he needs to keep that offensive coordinator because when that offensive coordinator leaves, it's going to be interesting to see how that adjusts. That might hurt him a little bit. He's in a good situation right now. Good situation. And they're trying to make that situation better. I think they need to ride that out for a little while, like they're doing with Patty Mahomes. What's his name, man? That former Texas Tech coach, was it Kingsbury? He's smart for staying, and I think he should stay long term there. But yeah, you got a good thing. You ain't gonna get no good thing with these other teams right now. Not for another couple years, but they got a good thing going. Hurts got a good thing going right now for the next couple years. Hurts got a good thing going. If the Dallas Cowboys want to have any type of future, so you got to understand, right? Regardless of what Jerry Jones has done, your quarterback also plays a part in this too. Your quarterback just doesn't get it done. I don't give a damn about, like, I'm gonna take a quarterback that can only throw the ball, right? Like you gotta peep this though, bro. Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, and Cooper Rush doesn't have a strong arm, but as a quarterback, he's better. So just think about if you won the games that you have won with Cooper Rush. So just think about if you got a Curtis Rourke in there with a stronger arm and that can develop and it showed you good signs that he could be a starter. Just think about what he can do and actually give your wide receivers the rock and own the money. Come on now. Come on now. I don't know what Dallas will do. Um, who knows, man? But I'm telling you right now, like I said, I had Jackson Dart number 2 over Cam Ward. Like I said, I understand that Cam Ward is talented, right? Arm and legs, I understand it. But just because you're talented don't mean that as a quarterback, you're going to get it done. Like I said, Jamarcus Russell can throw that ball, 60, 70 yards? Cool. How'd that work out? Troy Smith, remember him? Heisman? How'd that work out? How'd that work out? There's things from a quarterback. See, sometimes as a quarterback, slow and steady wins the race. And there were some quarterbacks out there that showed me some slow and steady that can win the race. This top 5 that we see is better than the top 5 of last year's. Yeah, you got Penix and Daniels. Like I said, I was cool on Daniels. I thought Daniels was solid. But as a passer, there's quarterbacks in this draft that's more advanced than him, Caleb Williams, all the quarterbacks that we were watching last year. I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you, man. Just watch. And if I'm not mistaken, man, knowing the type of people the Joneses is, I mean, I've said this, man, and I don't mind saying it again because I think it's true. I think the Dallas Cowboys need a white boy quarterback anyway. I think they need a white boy quarterback anyway. It'll be cool if the man can run, but if that man can go ahead and make good decisions, can process things quick, go through his progressions, put things on the money, bro, I don't care if you run a 5.8 40. I just need for you to deliver that football and deliver that football in big moments too. It was very interesting watching that Rourke film. Dart, I think Dart, man, Dart did some good things too that I like. I like Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart. Like I said, I like Rourke, and I'm cool with Kyle McCord too. Cam Ward, I don't think he'd be there. Shador, I'm not. And I'll be real with you, right? Let's say, for instance, right? Let's say, for instance, because who's to say that this quarterback is going to have is going to have a better career when it come down to winning than these other quarterbacks? I think, like I said, I think Cam Ward can win some games, right? I'm pretty sure Cam Ward will take his team to the playoffs. But when we get to the playoffs, that's where, what we talking about right now comes into play. Look, yeah, you can sit over there and win and go to the playoffs without, a quarterback, man, that's not fully developed, like, in regards to his processing and he got to tighten up mechanics and he only see half the field. There's a lot of these quarterbacks in the league right now that see half the field. But there's a couple of these quarterbacks, man, that I looked at that see the whole field. Which one do you want? Do you want a half field thrower? Or do you want a quarterback that see the whole field? I want a quarterback that can see the whole field. Jerry, if you listening right now, I think you would be smart to take one of them 3 that I'm talking about right now, because I don't think Shador or Cam Ward is going to be in the picture. I think you would be smart to take one of them 3 whenever you take one of them 3, preferably Dart or Rourke. I believe that's be your future. Now, I was asked the question, do I think remember they were down like 20 points and can't, I mean, that's Cal though. That's Cal. But what was I ready to say? God damn it, I forgot what I was getting ready to say. But look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he is who he is, right? But Sam Darnold was able to be hid until the playoffs came. And what, the Vikings won with 14 games? So a situation can bring, a quarterback to a Sam Darnold situation, but it just come to a point in time where we get to them situations in the playoffs where a quarterback got to throw. He got to make good decisions, man. His ball placement got to be on point. He got to be able to get that ball out quick. Got to have good anticipation. Got to be able to hit these quarterbacks on the money. Got to be able to know when to throw it away. Got to be able to know, got to live to fight another day. See, the basic stuff like that, or some of the stuff that we were just talking about, some of the basics, a lot of these quarterbacks doesn't have that. And that's what's hindering the quarterback play in today's game. They don't have it. I don't give a damn if a quarterback produced in a system. You got to remember, Jimmy Garoppolo went to the goddamn Super Bowl. So that doesn't mean nothing. But the reason why I sit over and tell you about Jared Goff, because Jared Goff went to the NFC Championship with two different teams. So it ain't just a situation with Jared Goff. It's got to be Jared Goff to a certain point, right? And like I said, Kyle McCord reminds me a lot of Jared Goff. Like, he can get the job done. He gonna have an occasional game where he just kind of stinks it up. And and if you ain't got somebody running the football like with Detroit or he had with the Rams, I don't think you want him going blow for blow with another quarterback. But if you're able to run the ball decent and got him a number one wide receiver, then he probably potentially could take you far. But it's all dependent on the situation. Now I know people said that with number 4. Well, go ahead and get him something to work with. Well, he did, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. Like I said, I don't need my quarterback to be able to, you know, throw me 40, 50 yards, right? So accurately. I mean, that's cool. That's beautiful if you can do that though. But I need an efficient quarterback. Quarterback that's gonna take care of that ball. I need that. I need a quarterback, man, that doesn't fold under pressure. And that's one of the reasons why I said with Shador. See, there's gonna be, I'm telling y'all, man, like that Cam Ward situation, that had me kind of looking a little like I didn't watch the game, but when I heard about the story, that was very interesting. Because if you wanted to give old boy a chance, why not give him the whole game? You're gonna be a top pick anyway, so take your ass on and get prepared. It's over with anyway. It's NIL anyway. Like, what you sitting over there worried about? Now you need to be worried about impressing your NFL team, not worried about what's going on with your college. But when I see, so you gotta think about this also. When I see Deion say, I don't care about none of that sitting out, we gonna compete. That same mentality is in Shador. That's his pops. Now you could say, what? How is Shador gonna do without Deion? Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. But I like my chances though. I like what he was built with. He chose to come play for Deion. He had nothing at Colorado and helped make it into something, and gradually start getting playing against a little better competition. I give Shador time. He on the money. Shador can extend plays too. So, like I said, some of the things that people are criticizing him can be fixed. With if Cam Ward tighten up mentally, he'd be a hell of a quarterback, man, because he got the physical tool. He'd be a hell of a quarterback. But I'm not too sure if he can though, because he didn't come from that. He ain't come from the same type coaching that Shador did. Shit, I heard coming up, Shador was working with Tom Brady. And so you telling me that when he was working with Tom Brady, that Tom Brady didn't sit over there and stress and work with him on ball placement? You know he did, and it showed up in his film. Sometimes you're gonna have a bad game. Like I don't necessarily hold They're bad games to him, unless there was something that I didn't like. Like, for instance, Kyle McCord, he still made my top 5, and he had a horrible Pittsburgh game. But I acknowledge how he got better and he improved. He worked. He worked on himself as a quarterback. He worked on his mechanics. Worked on his footwork. Was night and day when it came down to the improvement in his accuracy from Ohio State. I want to see that. I want to see you get better. He got better. So I would trust that he will continue to get better as he goes to the next level. You showed me that you are already willing to do that. But even though I don't fully take into account, I still take into account that Pittsburgh game was bad. And I can hold that against you. Just like people going off of Quinn Ewers' game against Alabama. Okay, yeah, that was a decent game when you had Mitchell and Worthy and Sanders and all of them, right? That was cool. We acknowledge that. But what did you look like this year? Because when I look at you versus Georgia, boy, you suck versus Georgia. We take that into account too. This is college, man. This ain't the NFL. Why are you looking that bad without your NFL talent? You had 3 NFL players on your team. That was what, top 4 rounds? You had 3 of them. This is what you bring to the table. So then we look at, so they made you. So it wasn't you. Why did they sit you down for them few snaps with what's his name? With Archie? What's going on with that? So when he needed to go ahead and show that maybe he could be a first round pick, he didn't show it. And in fact, he looked horrible. But I'm supposed to take into account that this man is supposed to be a first rounder? And against a team like Georgia, you fall? Like I said, I seen in regards to, what was it? Was it Rook or Kyle McCord? That against that Ohio State, I put that, hey, his team was just overmatched. But he didn't have a game where it just like, damn, right? It just, hey, it just was what it was. Ain't nobody getting open, ain't nobody protecting, right? There was nobody protecting, man. She was getting smacked up. But I took that into account, just like I took that into account with Shedeur Sanders, just like I take what I seen in account with Cam Ward. A lot of people ain't got to agree with me. I know what I see, and I trust my eyes. I trust my eyes. I'm rolling with my eyes. I know what I seen. And I guess we're going to find out, y'all, ain't we? I can't wait. Even with Caleb Williams providing, like, I still give quarterbacks a couple years. Even with Caleb Williams, I still give quarterbacks a couple years, man, because I understand. So I don't judge, because Jaden Daniels could mess around and have a good year like that and fizzle off. And you know what I mean? Just never know. Like I said, situation always does play a part, but it ain't the only part. It ain't the only part. Very interesting. I'm finishing up the D tackles, man. I got, like I said, a couple more. I was able to watch a couple today. I'm about to get back on it after I get done talking to y'all. And it's interesting. Interesting to say the least. But anyway, man, hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. We gone.